What's up, guys? Yeah, it's been a while, huh? Got another review here for you. So, Polyphia just released The Most Hated. Odd name for the EP, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a review. Let's go. So, right off the bat, starts off with Loud. Gave me a huge Renaissance feel, reminded me of that whole, album pretty much. Um, it had a very nice opening track, it kind of reminded me of Culture Shock where it just comes in and it kind of like takes you through some different moods and everything. It built really nicely, going from one part to another and just building up the transitions. Very, very nicely done. There was like this wood creaking sound in there that I really enjoyed. I'm not sure what that was, but it was like wood creaking, and it actually added it's like a different kind of sound to the song, because there's a little bit more like poppy dubstep elements in there with that wood creaking. I really, really enjoyed it, and those drums, like, oh man, those drums in the beginning, like Clay, that was dope. Like, those drums were great. Also reminded me a little bit of Lit, the remix of Light they released a little bit ago. Of course, because all, the poppy, more dubstep elements, stuff like that. But the groove was just, like, great. The groove of the whole song, like, especially the second half of the song, had this really awesome groove to it. And I was just, wow, this was, like, really, really nice stuff. It was amazing. And that little bass fill, I think it was about, like, a minute before the song ended or something like that. A little bass fill that Clay did was great. Like, he's always great on bass. So, yeah, and the ending was really chill. It wasn't like super crazy hype or anything. It was just chill. So it was really cool. And Iconic, the first thing I wrote down for Iconic was Poppy Like Champagne, but I don't mean the song Champagne. I mean, like, just the beginning of it just reminded me of a champagne glass being poured and being, like, bubbly. I'm not sure that sounds weird or not, but that's what the beginning reminded me of. Just like a bubbly glass of champagne you're just looking at while it, bubbles over and stuff. And it was fast, but it wasn't overwhelming. Like, it wasn't, like a Dragon Force song or, a Cannibal Corpse song. It definitely had that speed to it, but it felt relaxed, which is probably why the next thing I wrote was Driving with the Top Down. It was just, cool and, smooth and relaxing, and it was fast, but it didn't make you like, well, I'm like, ugh, it was just like, oh yeah, that's fast, like if you're driving with the top down and someone's like, wow, this car goes really fast, or something like that. So yeah, and it was just huge. It felt huge, but of course, like I said before, it wasn't overwhelming. It was just like this huge, fast song. But it was like not overwhelming, and it was very, very well done. They managed to give it this huge, big, fast feel without making you feel like you need to like grab your seat or anything like that. That was really cool. Yeah, the bass. Yeah, 1 minute before it ended there was something important bassy that happened there that I forgot, but I wrote it down. So 1 minute before the end, bass. Whatever happened there, great job. So track 3, Goose. It had a softer beginning than, kind of every other track. And that was pretty cool, it was like a kind of a little change of pace, Like I said, nothing was overwhelming, but, this had like a more softer beginning. But right after it went to the second part, I could tell it's going to be like a really hype track to do live. Like, I can just picture, just, the crowd just, going along with it, clapping, and doing all the stuff crowds do at Polyphia concerts, just crazy stuff. Definitely something you could rap over. Like, this is definitely one you could just totally rip and sample to death and just rap over the whole thing. It was a very, very hip-hop centered track. Yeah, and groove. Exclamation point, just groove. Oh, man, the groove was, ooh, God, it was great. So, yeah, awesome. 40 ounce. Like, first thing I wrote was disco question mark, because that's the that's just kind of feeling and the vibe I got from it. And I was like, oh, it's kind of disco, you know, I could be doing some of that, you know. Just getting a little crazy with the disco feel there. And then like bass drop exclamation point. Because when that bass came in, I was just like, whoa, wow, whoa. Definitely not disco anymore, but yeah, disco-y, bass droppy. And I love the parts where you had the finger snapping. That was great. That was just like a whole new dimension just in there. It wasn't in there like, you know, it wasn't like a huge part. It wasn't in there a lot, but the finger snapping just made it like great. You know, it made it like just, I don't know. It just really, it was like putting, it was like marinating your steak before you cooked it. Yeah, so awesome job. I love the finger snapping. And I love the ending. The ending of that song was really, really, really good. Amazing. And so Krusty, the beginning reminded me of Animals as Leaders. Like just that whole beginning section. Like the first couple of notes, and then the part right after that just reminded me of Animals as Leaders just right off the bat. Just right as Animals as Leaders. It reminded me of what's the song? The Woven Web. You know, like the woven, like near the end of the Woven Web. That's what it reminded me of, like that part right there. And then, you know, it got like super hip hoppy, like old school, you know, kind of like 80s hip hop. It was just like, whoa, that kind of came out of nowhere. And it also like had a symphonic feel to it, which I was kind of surprised they threw in there, but it actually worked really well, you know. It went from like Animals as Leaders, you know, prog sounding to really hip hoppy, but they also threw some like symphonic sounding stuff in there. I was like, wow, that's interesting. That was an interesting choice. But yeah, this one really absorbed me because it seemed so short. You know, like it started and then it seemed like it was over in like 2 seconds. I looked down, I was like, wow, dude, that was short. Like, wow, that went by quick. That was probably my favorite track, actually. It was just like, wow. It just, like, was great. And it just seemed like it started and then stopped, like, right like that. That was probably the best track off the EP right there. But, yeah, totally great. Now, the worst. Yeah, all I really wrote for this was the calm down. You know, it was just like, you went through kind of all these different kind of, you know, moods. You had these, you know, loud, had these crazy drum fills. Iconic had, you know, the fast and hugeness, but not overwhelmingness. And you had Goose, that was, you know, definitely the live, you know, clap along, you know, hype live clapping parts, you know. And, you know, had 40 ounces, you know, disco, and, you know, bass drops and finger snapping and all that stuff. And you had Krusty. And then, you know, the worst was just like, yeah, you know, okay. Trying to chill it out a little bit, but still keep it there a little bit. And then at the end, just, you know, like, because a little bit before the end part, they totally, like, switched up the groove. And I was like, wow. I was not expecting, you know, such a switch of the groove, like, so near the end of the song. I think it was, like, in the last 30 or 45 seconds or something. And the groove just totally changed. I was like, wow, I was not expecting that. It kind of woke you up a little bit. And it was like, oh, wait, it's not over yet. You know, but it was very nice. Yeah, very good. That was definitely worth the wait. And now, you know, album as a whole, you know, I've been listening. I didn't actually get into Polyphia until my friend showed me the remix of The Hills they did with, like, The Weeknd, where they mashed them up. So I wasn't really a fan of them until then. That was, like, last year. Then, you know, I got into, like, Renaissance and Muse and stuff, and then went and saw them live. The whole thing, the whole album is really good. It's mixed really well. You know, all the organic instruments come through well, and so do all, like, you know, the bass samples and all that kind of stuff. They've definitely embraced more of the poppy kind of dubsteppy elements, which of course after Lit, you know, everyone probably saw coming. But it didn't actually take away too much like I thought it would. You know, I thought, you know, like there's a lot of bass in there. And, you know, a lot of, you know, like the you know, poppy bass and a lot of, like, sampley kind of drum sounds, but it actually didn't take away as much as I thought it would, so it actually kind of put that worry to rest. They still managed to put enough of themselves in there, like, they still managed to put enough of Clay in there, enough of other Clay, enough of Scott, enough of Tim, you know, and it really balanced out, you know. It was like, I don't want to say 50-50, but it was like, maybe I don't know, maybe like 45% samples kind of stuff, and the rest was, you know, like actual organic instruments and stuff. But it actually didn't take away as much as I feared it would. And it actually kind of enhanced it and gave it a whole kind of different, you know, dimension, like I said, with the wood creaking sound, and then with finger snapping and all that kind of stuff. So all that stuff was really cool. But I mean, altogether, it was a really good EP. You know, I wasn't expecting it to like not be good, but I was like, oh man, it's on the full album. Wonder what's gonna be on. It's like the most hated. Oh, that's a weird title. Then I heard Iconic. I was like, okay, this is interesting. You know, like okay, it's gonna be interesting. And then I heard the full thing. I was like, okay, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm glad I got it. Definitely give it a listen, and like really give it a listen. Like, you know, it's not, you know, super like Renaissance or Muse or anything like that. It has a lot more like dubstep kind of poppy elements kind of stuff into it. So yeah, definitely give it a listen. Let me know what you think. They have a full EP, which I will put a link stream down in the description for you. If you guys like these videos, you can give me a like, a comment, or you can subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I will definitely be back with more reviews. Sorry about last week. I got a little busy trying to finish up the Soul Survival album, which I'm still trying to do, which I'm going to do right after this review. So, yeah, you can also subscribe if you like. And, yeah, rock on.